What are some of the big trends you can really see emerging at the conference today?
So a few different things. So seeing a lot of cloud security vendors, not surprising, massive kind of space. AI is everywhere, I hear, so definitely seeing that. That was coming up last year, but even more now as well. But I mean, it's also just pretty exciting to see a lot of the kind of local UK cybersecurity companies too, particularly walking around the kind of innovation centre as well. So yeah, it's been great to see all those.
What are some of the challenges that your customers and organizations as a whole are really facing in 2024 when it comes to, keeping the hackers out?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting timing. For us, we're seeing a couple of key kind of trends. One is more and more compliance coming across from the US and Europe, mandating you have to respond to incidents in the right way, also being prepared for them as well. So that's kind of an interesting trend, a little bit controversial, some of that legislation, but that's driving a lot of it. And then we're also just seeing, again, wider cloud security. So that's still growing and growing and growing as well. So as everything moves to the cloud, everyone else is following there too, including the attackers.
How can Kdo Security really help organizations, keep their cloud secure and, keep those hackers out?
Sure. I mean, so the core of what we do is that we help customers to be prepared for an incident in advance, particularly in the cloud. So that means making sure they have access to all their data. They can go through the cloud teams or the security teams, pull full data. That might be forensic data, might be something a bit smaller. And after that, work out exactly what happened and as automated as way as possible, and then kick them out. So it's a whole basic incident response lifecycle is what we're helping people with.
You mentioned AI earlier. How is AI impacting, the way Kdo Security operates and, also the way hackers operate?
Yes, I mean, in terms of how we're using it, so it's interesting because we deal with forensic data, which is pretty sensitive often. So we have some local language models which can automate the response of incidents. So say, this is what the attacker did, here's everything they did, but without sending that out to the APIs, which for our customers will be a concern. Then in terms of the attackers, it's been interesting that going back about 18 months, everyone was talking about the explosion of AI malware, and that never quite happened. But we have seen lots of things like phishing attacks. We have seen it being used to write malware too, which is interesting. There's some test experiments out there, like Worm GPT is something that will use the APIs to then work out how to spread. But so far, it hasn't been the AI apocalypse, which is good to see.
If you could use one song to describe the current state of cybersecurity, what would it be and why?
I have to go for Get Off of My Cloud by the Stones.
For the latest tech insights, visit em360tech.com.